COVID-19 pandemic continues to be the ultimate bummer, with social distancing and quarantining robbing us from everything from theaters to festivals to bars and beyond. More than anything, being stuck inside the same four walls has taken our ability to just go out and freaking explore, to go on our very own little adventures, whether that means actually traveling the world or just taking a stroll down to the local dog park. But at least we still have movies, and there's no better cure for the soul than a good old-fashioned movie. So I have a few of my favorite movies to watch while in quarantine that'll sweep you right off your quarantine couch for just a few hours, guaranteed. First up, it's Indiana Jones. I mean, duh, right? There's just no better set of adventures than Steven Spielberg's Indiana Jones franchise. Whether it's Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, The Last Crusade, and yes, even Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls. Yes, there are a few gems in that mess. Across all four films starring Harrison Ford as the whipdash archaeologist with a danger streak, you check off every box you could possibly want in an adventure column. Dashing heroes and fiery heroines, punching Nazis, swinging over spiked pits, collecting lost treasures, and trotting all over the globe. It's easily one of the most recognizable franchises on this list. Next up, The Mummy. In 1999, Universal excavated its catalog and dug up The Mummy and injected a heaping dose of beefy adventure into the title to create a movie that's already a stone-cold classic of the genre after just over 20 years. In terms of sheer temperature, it's almost impossible to beat the pairing of Brendan Fraser and Rachel Weisz as adventurer Rick O'Connell and librarian Evelyn Carnahan, who tangled with the undead after accidentally awakening cursed high priest Imhotep from his centuries-long slumber. The movie is an absolute blast and a half with the heart of a creature feature, easily one of the most rewatchable movies of all times. In an ideal world, Universal is still debuting a new Rick and Evie O'Connell adventure every summer. Next, Fast and Furious franchise. Probably one of my favorite franchises of all times. In 2001, it seemed impossible that a $40 million movie about car racing starring the guy from The Skulls would go on to spawn a franchise featuring 9 installments and multiple Academy Award winners. And yet, as sure as a NOS button will speed a vehicle across a finish line, that's exactly what happened. Dominic Toretto, played by Vin Diesel, doesn't have friends, he has family. And when Dom and his family get down to business in this racing franchise turned blockbuster behemoth, it usually involves a lot of fast cars and explosive action. Next up is Bad Boys. From director Michael Bay comes a thrill ride of explosive action from beginning to end. Will Smith and Martin Lawrence play Mike Lowry and Marcus Burnett, two reckless cops armed with comedic banter and tons of collateral damage, clowning around, putting criminals in jail, and keeping the streets of Miami somewhat safe. There's loads of bickering back and forth, jabs, quarreling over the silliest things like an old married couple in this action-packed flick about a couple of good guys who are real bad boys. It's no Oscar winner, but it's certainly great for what it is, an explosion flick. Parents, there's a lot of violence, most of it is bloody, and action, most of it is explosive. There's tension, there's murder, there's continuous strong language, there's also some sexual reference. Bottom line, it's probably a great fun for older action fans. Last but not least, and an absolute must-watch, drumroll please, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. OMG, Marvel Movie Marathon is hands down the ultimate excuse to sit on the couch. If you're looking to watch Marvel movies in order, it's pretty simple, but there are some quirks worth remembering depending on how you want to do it. I highly recommend watching the Marvel movies in chronological order, from Captain America, The First Avenger, to Spider-Man Far From Home. The best reason to watch the Marvel movies like this is that you'll see important events as they unfold in the MCU timeline. You'll follow the Tesseract from World War II to the Avengers timeline. You'll witness Carol Danvers meeting Nick Fury in the 1990s and see how Thanos took the Infinity Stone. But if you'd rather watch the MCU movies in release order, however, you'll need a list, which starts from Iron Man in 2008 and culminates in 2019 Avengers Endgame and Spider-Man Far From Home. Watching the first few movies like this offers a fantastic nostalgia trip, and you'll also see how the Marvel movies were refined over time as budget increases and improves the quality of the films. There are 23 films in the Marvel Universe to date, so get ready. Whether you choose to watch them in chronological order or in order of release, you're certain to gain those COVID-19 pounds and not only become a bona fide couch potato, but a universal Marvel movie fan. So there you have it, some of my all-time favorites to keep you entertained. So now sit back and enjoy the ride. Have a great day. Bye.